Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at basically how you can complete all the challenges for the new Bardock Fury event. So we'll start off with the three main ones. There are three very crucial challenges. The one is to do over 60 million damage. The one is to beat the event on super difficulty and Z hard in 10 turns, so we'll address the 10 turn one. Which you'll use for both difficulties. You'll have to redo it on the lower one. And then also there's one for additional attacks. So this is the 10 turn mission. This is the easiest way I could see it done with my roster. But if you have the Int Goku from the Turles movie, you just need two of those. So if you have your own Int Goku, then run him as a lead, run a friend one as a lead, and you'll beat this event no problem. If you do not have Int Goku, this is the team you're going to have to run. It's not too bad actually. It only really starts to get a bit finicky at around turn 7 or 8. What you're going to have to do, well, firstly you have to always win each turn straight away. So for example, you have to beat everyone in one turn to get to the 10 turn challenge, because there's 50 enemies, there's 10 phases. What you're going to have to do is use your items. Obviously you can see the items I have. Doesn't really matter too much up to turn 5, but definitely from turn 6 you need to make sure you have the two bombers active, and then from turn 7, 8, 9 and 10 you need to have all 4 sets of items active. So you only need to activate the Azari tail and the 2-turn bomber buff from turn 7. Okay. Basically, your goal is to basically have Raditz do some pretty decent damage. Raditz always goes into the first slot because Raditz can be hit, and when Raditz is hit, he does a guaranteed crit, and this helps out a lot in terms of damage. Low-class warriors have a damage boost, so this helps them quite a bit in terms of performing quite a big chunk of damage. Then your Vegeta or your Nappa and Vegeta will wrap things up. Ideally, you may need to use your Dokkan attack at some point. You're going to have to balance your orbs for that. I would say because of the easy A to Nappa and Vegeta, you probably want to use your Dokkan attack on the turn where you have Raditz and Vegeta. Just the standard final trump card Vegeta. If you don't have Vegeta, you can use Krillin, who I'm using. The same rule still applies. Krillin does some decent damage, by the way. Free to play Krillin, so you can use him as well. You can then also replace Nappa and Vegeta with Vegeta, but you're probably going to need some dupes in them. If you also want to, I highly suggest using Kid Buu as a support. Even though he's not in the categories, he's just one of the better supports around. And I also highly suggest using Yajirobe, who's also a very good 2-turn support as well, and I think is someone that you really want to consider using. So yeah, aside from that, obviously a lot just depends a little bit on RNG, but if you can get to turn 9 generally with your Dokkan attack, then you should wrap things up in turn 10 with your unit's big boost in damage. You need a little bit of luck. Additionals from Raditz helps a lot, so if you can give your Raditz additionals or find a friend that has a lot of additionals built in, that's great. Don't take a friend that has evasion. They might dodge the attack, lose their crit, and that loses you a lot of damage. So yeah, but that's the 10 turn mission. This is the only mission you have to do on both difficulties. So yeah. Then you have the damage mission. This one is very simple. So your goal, I believe it's 60 million is the max damage that you need. But it's actually very simple to achieve using just the friend Goku that they give you. You will need at least 170% movie heroes lead, and you will need some supports. Not lots. I've over flooded it. So I've got like 2-turn supports. The Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 get their 18 key. That helps a lot. By the way, it boosts Goku in the next turn after. But basically, Goku by turn 4 will do all the damage you need. Because Goku gets a huge buff upon getting a final hit. Goku will get a guaranteed final hit because he'll wipe the whole field. You then pop all 4 items. You don't have to pop them. Just pop them on the turn Goku is active. And yeah, he basically will do the damage. If you want to be really cheeky, and you can get Goku on the first turn, you can even use like a 3-turn support memory or something to boost him. Once you have that, Goku will naturally, especially the friend one that they give you, which is 100%, Goku will naturally take out the entire opposition, and he should easily cross the 70 mil mark with a crit. to one of the opposition, which gives you plenty room, because I think it's a 50 million or a 60 million threshold that he has to hit. Remember, that's damage, not attack stat. So you see these big numbers here from him hitting them. That's the numbers you need overall. And then the final kind of team that you need to kind of build into is for additional attacks. So there's a challenge to beat the stage with additionals. Now, you don't have to copy this team exactly, but I found this team to work really nicely just because of the premise that the Broly's do so many guaranteed additional supers. So the physical Broly's throw out a ton of guaranteed additional supers. You can use the Trunks and Broly free-to-play unit, who do a ton of additional supers. You can use Krillin, who has a guaranteed additional super. And you can also use the Strength Broly, who has a guaranteed additional super as well. The team does take a while to beat the challenge, but ultimately it still all works out more than fine. At this point, you probably completed pretty much everything. There's only a couple more challenges to complete, and those are largely down to just beating the event with certain teams. Now, I'm going to show you teams that will beat the event, but it's important to understand that at this point you don't have anything too crazy, so just bringing in a normal solid team, leaving it on autoplay, and they will eventually win as long as one of the units can do like semi-decent damage. You'll eventually get there, like just through osmosis, and the opposition do no damage. So yeah, realistically, just go for that, and you should be more than fine. I will show you my teams though, at least teams that I feel will get the job done relatively quickly, or you can at least put on autoplay to get the job done. But that's it. So very, very simple missions, really good stuff. There's 30 stones here, by the way, as well, and a ton of link skill orbs, and you get some good incredible gems. So it is definitely an event well worth taking part in. But we got a couple missions. So the first one is for Saiyan Saga. Actually pretty easy. This one will also finish the Pure Saiyans one, very similar to my team for the 10 turn event. Probably could do it in 10 turns if you got lucky, but yeah, very simple, very straightforward. Then we have the low class warriors, pretty much a fully free to play team. You can make it fully free to play if you want to. I do suggest taking the Raditz as a friend, because he will naturally defeat the event on his own as well, so that's a pretty good call. Then we have Gifted Warriors. This one was a little bit more challenging, but you can take a friend Piccolo. Also, will eventually get things done, but the Strength Piccolo helps to speed things up. Then we have Movie Heroes. Again, same thing. Friend Goku sorts out the whole event, so don't panic too much. Just bring whatever you can. Like I said, try and put them under a decent lead, and you'll handle everything more than fine again. The next one is Final Trump Card. This one you may struggle for a lead, but you can do a fully free-to-play team, and again use the friend Goku, which makes life a lot easier. So again, very, very simple. And then we have the Artificial Life Forms, which is a pretty straightforward one. So that's it from me. That's pretty much everything you need. Honestly, not too much more that players may need to know. So wishing you all the best of luck for your missions. Let me know if you need any more help in the comments. And of course, I will be there to assist you. Bye.